Hi everyone. So the goal of this video series will be to understand first principle thinking, how to solve problems using first principle thinking. By first principle thinking I mean getting better at problem solving, getting an intuition of which option is the closest. Okay? So this was an exam which had this was a question which had appeared earlier in NEET. This is a previous year question. So step 1, we read the question. It says a vehicle travels half the distance. So I draw a diagram also side by side. Half the distance with velocity v and the remaining distance with velocity 2v. So I consider this entire distance as d. So what is the question saying? Question is saying half the distance with velocity v, half the distance with velocity 2v. Its average speed is the question. Average, what is the average speed of the vehicle? So one approach is you just know the formula and you try to apply it. Okay, so these are generally like formula based approach. You use the formula and you try to get the answer. So let's first go through the formula approach, then I will come up with an intuitive approach which will help you eliminate the option and quickly come up with the answer, and you will better relate to the questions. So what is average speed? Alright, so average speed will be total distance by total time. Right, what is the total distance? We know is d, but total time, do we know what time did the how much time did the vehicle take to travel the entire thing? No, right? So what we'll say, to travel half the distance is t1, it will be distance will be d by 2. What will the speed is v here. Another distance will be d by 2, the speed will be 2v here. So what is v average? V average is equal to d upon d by 2 4v plus d by 4v, right? I just multiplied 2 on both sides for this. It will be d by 2v, right? So I have multiplied 2 in the numerator, 2 below. So it is d upon 3d by 4v. So the question 4v. So the answer will be 4v by 3. So this is the right answer if I go through solving it. But solving this is just applying the formula, getting time in terms of d and v, d being cut, and then we reaching the answer. This is one of the approach wherein we solve it through formula. Now let's go to an intuitive approach. Now what is the intuition saying? Intuition is saying that the person is there, their vehicle is there. First distance it travels by v, second distance it travels by 2v, right? This entire is d. So what will be the average? Average will always be between v and 2v, right? This is the very basic thing that we know. It will be between v and 2v, because the entire speed of the vehicle during from point A to point B is between v and 2v. So the average also has to be somewhere between 1v and 2v, right? This is clear. Why the average has to be between 1 and 2? Because उसका minimum velocity 1 है, maximum 2 velocity है. So the velocity cannot be below 1v, the velocity cannot be above 2v, it has to be somewhere in between, right? So what are the options now? Options is 2v by 3, 2v by 3 is less than 1, 4v by 3 is greater than 1 and less than 2, right? 3v by 4 is again less than 1, v by 3 is again less than 1. So only correct answer has to be this. So just by first principle thinking and just having an intuition कि okay इसका average इसके और इसके बीच होना चाहिए, I am able to get the answer. So this is how intuition works, and this is the approach which you need to remember. So whenever there is a speed velocity question, you have to think in terms of average and you have to come up with this approach. This is the first principle method of solving this question. Yeah, that's all guys.